February slump tried to make its way into March, but I think we're finally coming up out of it. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. When I read that very first line, I knew I was about to be in for a riveting read. I just finished Dominion by Addie Citchens on yesterday, and I was locked in, y'all. This has definitely gotten me out of the slump that I was in. If you grew up in down south Southern Black Baptist church, then you heard that saying more than a time or two. And when I read that on the very first line, I said, okay, I think I'm going to like this. And I did. This was a Southern literary novel about power, secrets, patriarchy, and the communities that try to protect Black men. The story centers around a prominent Black family, and it's told from the point of view of the women in their lives. In particular, one being Priscilla, who is a wife/mom, and Diamond, who is a young lady that has fell in love with her son. The novel is just not about one bad man. It focuses mainly on the systems that protect men that are dangerous, which can be, in this case, church power, family loyalty, community silence, especially with the women in their lives. It shows how you can be enabling a person just by being silent. I say that definitely check your triggers before reading this, because it does deal with abuse, generational trauma. So if any of those could be a trigger for you, definitely prepare yourself. But I really enjoyed this read. I gave it 4 stars. For someone that grew up in a predominantly Black Baptist church growing up, a lot of these things you have seen in your church home or whatever, like especially with dealings of things that the pastor was into while being married, but fornicating with women within the church. A lot of symbolism was throughout this book. So I think people who grew up down south would definitely appreciate this read. If you have read this, drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. If not, definitely take a look.